All right, guys, so I'm going to show you how, or hopefully you've already answered these questions. So I am going to work them all out for you so you can check your answers. If you haven't tried them on your own, you need to pause the video and see if you can get the right answer, and then just check it from my answers that I'm going to show here for you. All right, so number 8, it looks like we're going to put this present into this box. So then when it's asked about how much empty space is left over, so basically we're talking about volume, right? So we're going to fill up this big box with this small box. So the first thing we need to know is what is the volume of the small box. So we're going to multiply 3 times 3 times 3, and we find out the volume is 27 inches cubed. And when we multiply 5 times 4 times 3 on the big box, we get 60 inches cubed. So how much is left in math? That means we're going to subtract. So 60 cubic inches minus 27 cubic inches is 33 cubic inches. That is the right answer. And then letter B is talking about wrapping the outside of this big box with wrapping paper. So now we're talking about surface area. So I like to make myself a little key over here. I want to know the surface area, the front and back, the side and side, and then the top and bottom. So when I look at the front, I see it's 5 by 3. So the front and back are both 15 inches squared. The sides are a 4 by 3. 4 by 3 is 12 and 12. And then the top and bottom is 5 by 4, 5 by 4, which is 20 and 20. And when I add all that up, I get 94 squared inches. 94 squared inches. That is the answer. All right, number 9, excuse me. Jeff constructs a triangle, so we need to think about the triangle inequality theorem, which is the sum, sorry, the sum of the two the sum of the two shortest sides must be greater than the longest side. So if the two shorter sides are 6 and 10, is that greater than the longest side of 12? Yes. What about 6 and 9? Those are the two shorter sides. Is that greater than 12? It is. What about 6 and 7? The sum is greater than 12. Yes. And what about 6 and 5? 6 and 5 is not greater than 12. So that means D is the answer. Cannot be a possible length. Number 10, Max rides a bicycle with a wheel that is 2.5 feet in diameter. No, it doesn't say that. It says radius. So that's the wheel, 2.5 feet radius. What distance does Max travel if his bicycle completes 16 revolutions? So let's just imagine Max is actually on a unicycle. So have you ever ridden a unicycle? There's the pedal. All right, so if this wheel turns one time, he would go, whatever that is, that's the circumference, right? We're talking about the circumference. There's his little seat. So we want to know what the circumference is, because basically if the wheel turns one revolution, whatever the circumference is how far you'll travel. So what we need is the circumference, and the formula for circumference is pi times diameter. Well, if I know the radius is 2.5, that means the diameter has to be 5. So I'm going to plug in what I know. Well, I know I'm going to use 3.14 for pi, and I'm going to multiply that by 5 because that is the diameter. And when I do the math, I get 15.7, but that's only for one revolution, right? I want to know, what if we go 16 revolutions? That is a total of 251.2 feet. That's how far Max will travel on his unicycle. Hope that makes sense. All right, number 11, that is a trapezoid. Trapezoids have two parallel lines, which are the bases. So the area formula for a trapezoid is half the height times the sum of the two bases. So I'm just going to plug that straight into my calculator. 1/2 times 2.9 times my two bases, 3.4 plus 5. Well, in my calculator, I don't want to use half. I'm just going to say what's 0.5 times 2.9. Same thing. And then I'm going to multiply it by the sum of 3.4 and 5. I'm going to plug that right in my calculator. And the answer is 12.18 squared inches. All right, I hope you guys are getting them right. So number 12, here we have two lines that intersect that form 4 angles. So they give us the measure of angle A, which is 40. And we've got to figure out the other measurements. Well, angle A is 40. Angle A is vertical to angle D, right? Vertical angles are congruent. And then we have these supplementary angles. So together, A plus B is 180. So if I subtract 40 from 180, I get 140. So if angle B is 140, the vertical angle C is also 140 degrees. I hope you understand. Number 13. Anna places a rectangular carpet in her room. She has a rectangular carpet in her room. She wants to put a circular table in the middle of the carpet. The width of the carpet is 10 by 18. The radius of the table is 4. How much carpet would be left? How much carpet's going to be showing after we put the table there? So we want to know what the area of the big rug is. So first of all, we're going to multiply 10 times 18. And we know that the area of the rug is 180 feet squared. Now we need to know the area of the circle, pi times radius squared. It tells us to use 3.14 for pi times 4 squared. So I'm going to put that right in my calculator. And I find out that the area of the table is 50.24 squared feet. And then it wants to know how much carpet is not being covered by the table. We're going to subtract those two numbers, put it in my calculator. Uh-oh, don't change your numbers around. It's 24, not 42. And when I subtract 180 minus 50.24, I get 129.76 feet squared. All right, and finally the last one, that little square right there tells me that this is a right angle altogether. So that means all together it's 90 degrees. So when I subtract 54.6 from 90, I get 35.4. I got D. All right, you guys, that's it. So your test is tomorrow, or you can take it on Friday. I really hope that you try to take it tomorrow. If not Friday, the very latest you can submit it is 4 o'clock. If you don't submit it, I won't get it. All right, I can't possibly access it unless you submit it. Okay. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you later.